I say it, you can't be what you don't see. I mean, it's semantics. You can't, it's what I always say, hey, you can't be what you don't see. These students need to see that they can be that they have access to that. So we need to expose them to STEM careers. Learning Blade, to me, is a great way to expose students to different STEM careers and do STEM stuff.
I teach 8th grade math, and I've been teaching for 17 years in Vernon Parish. Anyway, but in reference to the Learning Blade, I kind of fell into it. Historically, teachers, we know our weak points, and enrichment is my weakness. I focus on those poor performers. I focus on bringing up the scores, but as teachers, sometimes we assume that the higher performers, they're already there. Oh, I'm sorry. They're already, your higher performers sometimes get what's left over. I hate to say it that way, but that's true. We do not cater as much to the higher performers as we do raising those lower scores. So I fell into this as enrichment. I did the training, and being an 8th grade math teacher, we all know we have to have 2 SLTs for the school year. And I upped my ante. I said, okay, I'm gonna write an SLT on the Learning Blade. I committed to it. And I said, my kids are gonna do a mission, a grading period. And we started out with, we do my regular work, and I have a block schedule, so I have 2 hours a day. We do my regular work, and then my higher performers, whenever I'm working with those that need a little extra, my higher performers get on the Learning Blade. But you have to be strategic. You have to like start them slow. You have to get them on there. We started with the dolphin rescue, and we talked a little bit. You know, we have all representations, so we talked a little bit about the dolphin. You know, you have the movie, the little tail called the dolphin. So we started with that and put them on the dolphin rescue. They were a little apprehensive, and then they started, there's team building activities within it, and they work by themselves, they can work with the teams. We started with the dolphin rescue, and they started, like I said, a little hesitant, then they took off. Well, my agreement with them was, first we would do the dolphin rescue, then we would do another one of my choice, and then the third one they could pick their own mission. They ran through the first 2. And now they're jumping on the coding, and there's several other ones, but you have to give and take. Okay, you do mine, and then we'll do yours. And there's some even that are like, okay, there's something here about like 3D printing. If we do this, can we hook up your 3D printer? And I was like, you bring me a flash drive, we'll print it. So we do it together, but they do it. They do it while I'm helping. When we have stations, they get on it. And then when you pull the report and you see all of the, my mind just went blank, all of the data, we've covered so much of those domains that we have to cover before the end of the year. You don't even realize they're doing it. And they think they're playing.
Okay, I'm Sherry Sterling. I've been teaching in Vernon Parish for 18 years. High school, I'm in high school. I teach all aspects, 9 through 12 of high school. Our population in Hornbeck is 300 and some odd, K-12. Very small school. And we've been in on it for about a week and a half, and they're begging every day, when can we go back to Learning Blade? So I was asking them, I said, what is it about Learning Blade that is, why does this appeal to you so much? And they said, our future. And in our school, we're such a rural school, you either are going to college or it's that stigma of trade school, or, you know. But they were saying, I didn't realize that all of this was open to us, and now I do. And I told them, I said, there was not much that I could teach you in this aspect that would give you that eye-opening experience that these jobs are out there for me.
My name is Laura Thomas. I teach at Rose Pine High School. I've been teaching in Vernon Parish about 24 years. 15 years was at a technical college, and then I decided to take the plunge and I moved to high school. I am a business teacher, and I teach accounting, BCA, and IBCA. BCA is Business Computer Applications, and that's where I use Learning Blade. A lot of my students are on the Jumpstart pathway, And so we have to get them, you know, those credentials that are important for, you know, to graduate. So we do the micro enterprise certification. I'm not sure, I see some heads nodding. So you know that there's a lot of career exploration that our students have to do in order to give that presentation. So I came upon Learning Blade after we had already done our micro enterprise presentations this year. So, but I went ahead and instituted it into my classroom just so my students, you know, could kind of see, you know, what else is out there, because a lot of them really don't know. I teach 9th through 12th graders, so I have a combination of students in my classroom. But, so a lot of them still don't know, you know, at that age, what they're gonna do. So I went ahead and started it after we had a professional development meeting. Josh did a Zoom meeting with us, which really helped, helped us to
45 minutes, that's all it took to train for getting started.
And so our assistant principal set that up, and it was just real easy to do, and exposed me to it. I'm like, hey, this might be something that worked well with my BCA students. And so we started it, and they just fell in love with it. And I actually took a poll, and it was about 75% said they wanted to continue using it, and mainly because it opened their eyes, as you were saying, to other career opportunities. They said, like, we didn't even know this existed. And, you know, we are also in a rural area, so it gave them, you know, a vision, I guess, of where they could see themselves. And they told me how, you know, it's practical, it's real life. I started with the entrepreneurship mission because I'm a business teacher, and so we started with that one. I did the full mission.
Good morning, my name is Lisa Lohman, and I am a curriculum supervisor in Vernon Parish. I know on the screen it says virtual school coordinator. That is another hat I wear. I'm CTE supervisor, STEM coordinator, and a whole lot more. So when I think from my perspective, I think about Learning Blade captures the essence of curriculum, it captures the essence of career, and it captures the essence of connections, which means we put the whole piece together. And so when I look at how it's received in our district, I say that it is supported by our administrators, it's appreciated by our teachers, it's loved by our students, and it is a true connection for our counselors and our parents. When I look at the career aspect of it, I love the career videos because not only does it expose the kids to the careers that they might not have even known existed, it actually tells them the education pathway that they can follow to pursue that career. And that's important because, you know, a lot of us come from rural communities, and so our children might not always understand that there is a pathway to pursue that particular career no matter where I am. And you know, our exposure to Learning Blade has been nothing but positive. The lessons, and some of the ladies spoke to this, the lessons are designed so that they cover the standards in the core areas of ELA, math, science, and social studies. And so when you look at your brochure that was distributed to you, you're going to see the teammates and tools piece, which is phenomenal because your teammates are all the different careers that go with that particular mission. And then the tools are all the different aspects of STEM and technology that you're going to use in order to complete that mission. So it teaches kids collaboration, teamwork, it exposes them to areas that they might not have thought were possible, and it gives them a sense of, wow, I enjoy this. And all the ladies have said the kids really enjoy it. One of my counselors shared with me that there were some students who just weren't really interested in school. They were kind of struggling with being present. And so when they started Learning Blade, all of a sudden the students started showing up every day. And so the counselor says, I'm just curious, you've always struggled, you don't want to come to school, so what is it now you're like perfect attendance? And the kid said, Learning Blade. I like to come to school so I can do Learning Blade.